So today I'm flying to Germany, but the problem is it was a last minute flight and I'm sitting in the middle seat on a 9-hour flight. So let's see how this goes.
My first stop was to the lounge to get some food real quick and caffeinated before my long flight, but then there was a problem. The first leg on my trip is the stop in Charlotte before going to Germany, and it was already delayed, so it was threatening my connecting flight.
So the flight to Charlotte is delayed and I don't want to miss my connection to Germany, but I was able to kind of talk to a ticket agent and get an aisle seat. So this is so clutch.
Even though we were delayed, I had no choice but to board my flight to Charlotte, but we were delayed on the tarmac forever. And once we took off, I realized I was missing my flight to Germany. I tried rebooking on the American Airlines app and nothing was working, but just as we were landing in the Charlotte, my flight to Germany was delayed by 1 hour. So at this point, I'm walking in Charlotte thinking I got all the time in the world, until I get to the gate and it says flight closed and no one's there. Apparently this flight was delayed due to maintenance when everyone was already boarded. So I met this guy from Germany also boarding the flight, and they somehow reopened the gate for us. So I was the last one to board, but oh, remember that aisle seat I had? A husband and her wife wanted to sit next to each other, so I took her middle seat. Typically this wouldn't be a problem, but the post from the seat in front of me was in the middle of my legroom, so this was gonna be a rough flight. It worked out though, because a couple sitting next to me was actually really nice and talkative. But we sat at the gate for another 2 hours in Charlotte before finally taking off. Almost immediately after taking off, I got some pasta for dinner. Also, I was grubbing on these cheese and crackers, and I got a glass of red wine, which is pretty cool. Then I got a second glass because I thought maybe it'd help me sleep. Spoiler alert, I don't sleep on this flight. Then I went to the bathroom to brush my teeth and get ready for quote-unquote bed. They gave us a pillow and a blanket, and I decided to recline my seat. So this is where I tried to actually sleep by putting an eye mask on, but I just cannot sleep on planes for some reason. This is me somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean contemplating life and why I just can't sleep on this plane. After a few hours, I decided to get dressed and get ready for the day, and then breakfast was finally served. Honestly, this flight went by a lot quicker. We were already landing in Munich. I was finally happy to get off the plane. Once you reach a certain hour, you're just ready to get out of there. I was happy to be in Munich and finally explore Germany.